stood aghast. He pulled her into his huge palace and showed her his royal Sita in Lanka. As Ravana entered Lanka with Sita in his flying chariot, people's chambers, his servants, and the vast army, the ruler of this land, its riches, and its people. Thinking that Sita would be impressed, he heeded Rama's name and offered her precious jewelry and gorgeous clothes. But Sita only angry with Sita, Ravana told her that he would make her his queen. To this, Sita ripped a tree. Ravana said that if she did not accept his offer, he would kill her. Under the watchful eyes of Ashish, implied that the mighty Rama would kill him, leaving her under an Ashoka, guided to go into hiding for some time because the Kauravas were trying to kill his name. Bhima and Bakasura. The Pandavas had demon. Sita began passing her days thinking and chanting Ram kill them. During this time, they lived in a town called Ekshakra, crying and asked them the reason. The Brahmin said, with a Brahmin family. One day, Kunti found her host made an agreement with him. Every week, one person would their lives a demon outside Ekshakra who once threatened to kill all the people of the town. To protect ourselves, we take a cartload of food to him. The demon eats the food as well as the person. All to have fine sons. We'll send Bhima to the demon. He is strong and will deal with take turns to send one member every week. This week, it is the turn of our family. I have to send someone to the demon. With him. Bhima took the food to the demon but started eating it himself. Seeing this, the ferocious King Panchal attacked the kingdom of King Sarvan. Panchal's army was bigger and stronger, and soon defeated. Demon attacked, but the strong Bhima killed him with his bare hands. Tapti. One day defeated Sarvan's army. Sarvan had to leave his kingdom. He started living in Sarvan asked the sage to bless him so that he could win his king in the forest. One day, sage Vashishta came to his home. Sarvan him back. Sarvan collected his army and had seen the courage of Sarvan in the war and fell in love with him. Panchal to a battle. He fought very bravely and won his kingdom. She decided to find out whether kingdom back. Tapti, the daughter of Surya, the sun god, Sarvan would be willing to take her as his bride. After becoming a king again, Sarvan went hunting. He saw a beautiful deer in the forest. A woman appeared before him. She glowed like gold. The moment he set his eyes on her and chased it. After some time, the deer suddenly disappeared, and a beautiful Sarvan expressed his desire to marry her. Tapti said that he would have to seek the permission. He fell in love with her. He asked her who she was, and she told him that she was Tapti, the daughter of Surya, of her father. Sarvan started performing. He himself would take his proposal to Surya. Vashishta met Surya Tapasya to please Surya. After 12 days, Vashishta came to him and said that he, who knew that Sarvan was a noble and worthy king, he immediately agreed and were married in the presence of all the gods and sages. Nahash to the match. Soon, Tapti and Sarvan ashwamed Yajnas and conquered all the kingdoms of Ursh's pride. King Nahusha performed hunt. Nahusha ordered Indra and his wife Shachai to become his servants. Shachai, earth and heaven. He dethroned Indra to become the king of heaven. Then, who was the queen of heaven, did not want to become a servant. She thought of a plan to punish Nahusha, who would be insulted if Nahusha asked them to carry a palanquin. Proud Nahusha, a palanquin carried by sages. She knew that sages are great people. Nahusha. She told Nahusha that she and Indra would become his servants only if he came on. Failed to realize this and ordered a few sages to carry the palanquin. Agastya was short, and because of this the palanquin. Agastya was one of the sages carrying and tilted to one side. At this, Nahusha got angry and kicked him. Agastya felt insulted and cursed him to be born as a
walking. Baital began a story. Once, a learned man, Shridut, visited King's guilt. Vikram placed Betel on his shoulder and started Chanderson's court. The king was impressed by Shridut's wisdom and intelligence. When Shridut took, a robber killed Shridut and took the necklace away from him. The pleased king gave him a precious necklace. On his way home, the robber was hanged on the king's orders. The king's soldiers came to know about this and arrested the robber. Not given Shridut the necklace, he wouldn't have been killed. The king felt guilty and cursed him, but the king was very unhappy and blamed himself for Shridut's death. Had he not became ill, all the royal doctors failed to cure him himself all day. he could not eat or sleep properly, and was a scholar. The doctor said that he had the power to. One day, the queen called for a doctor who was also bring Shridut back to life. The king was happy to hear that, but the doctor said that through his powers he could bring only one person to the doctor if he could bring the robber also back to life. Then don't bring Shridut to life either. Betel asked life. At this, the king said, "If you can't bring the robber, Vikram, why did the king say that?" Vikram replied, "The king thought that if Shridut is alive, why should the robber be?" So, Betel flew away. Punished for his murder. Betel said, "You are right, but you broke your silence, so here go." Saying Lopamudra and Agastya. Once Agastya, the great sage, which meant they would be going to hell, went to heaven. There he found his dead ancestors hanging upside down. They said, "It was because of you that we are going to hell, and therefore we have to go to hell." Agastya said, "There will be no one to make prayer offerings on our behalf. You have not married and have no children who will continue our family." He would go to earth and get married, but no woman was worthy of marrying such a great sage, and blessed him, and eventually a daughter was born in his family. Agastya went. At that time, the king of Vidarbha was performing yajnas for the birth of a child, Lopamudra. Lopamudra, born in the royal family. The king named her, grew up to be a beautiful woman, worthy enough to be married to Agastya. Agastya married Lopamudra and saved his ancestors from going to hell. Krishna in Mathura. Seated regally, tired of Kansa's torture, rushed towards the chariot to catch a glimpse. On the chariot, Krishna and Balarama entered the gates of Mathura. The people of Mathura then went on a tour of the city, where they met several people of Krishna. They cheered and clapped as Krishna and Balarama smilingly waved at them. The brothers first, they met a washerman. Krishna asked the washerman for some clothes, but he declined rudely, saying that they were. Krishna then met a poor florist, who took them to his house. When Krishna entered Kansas and could not be given to anyone. Krishna entered his house, the florist said he was blessed to have him as his guest. Krishna blessed him and granted him many worldly comforts. Rama and Lakshmana came to the Rishyamukha forest, where Sugriva lived with. Hanuman befriends Rama. Following Kabanda's suggestion, Rama his army of monkeys. Thinking they might be Bali's spies, Sugriva became worried. He ordered his loyal minister Brahman and went to the brothers. Seeing Rama, he knew that he could not be a Hanuman to find out. Hanuman took the form of a and Lakshmana told him their story. Hanuman bowed with wicked spy. At once changing into his original form, he asked the brothers to introduce themselves. When Rama and Lakshmana had come searching for Sugriva, Hanuman said it would be an honor to help Rama to free Sita from Ravana's deputy. On hearing that, Rama and respectfully and said he was Vayu's son and also the exiled king Rishyamukha forest. Rama's clutches. He promised Rama his eternal friendship, and then taking the brothers on his sturdy shoulders, he flew to